The election and spending that came with it is now over, thank God, and our area benefited well by the spending. But here are the top 5 recipients of the presidential campaign spending in Cincinnati, not including the local television stations. Number 1, Loud and Clear, a Queensgate-based company that sets up sound systems. Number 2, an individual, Ashley Bryant, a former Procter & Gamble social media manager. Number 3, the Cincinnatian Hotel. In the 4th spot, Montgomery Inn Boathouse. And number 5, the Cincinnati Arts Association, which rents out Music Hall. For details on how well these places did, you can visit our website. In this morning's U.S. Bank Economic 360, like it or not, the retail commercial holiday season is upon us, so we're going to get away from election news. We've talked about how consumers are showing some new signs of life right now. So what are the trends that we should be aware of as we enter the holiday shopping season this year? For our perspective on this, we turn to our U.S. Bank business investment analyst, Jim Russell. Jim, good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
So we're going to put aside the election for a moment and look ahead to the holiday season. How important is this to retail?
Well, in a word, very. What we'll see is that many retailers are very dependent upon the holiday shopping season, which is loosely defined from Thanksgiving Day through New Year's Day. What we have is a chart on just how large the holiday retail season is compared to other shopping seasons that happen during the course of the year. You can see that the holiday shopping season is 7 times as large as the second place category, which is back to school shopping. This all comes down to jobs. We keep talking about this week after week. 70% of GDP in the United States is driven by the consumers, and the retail industry is a very important part of that.
So how do you go about tracking this, and what is important and maybe not so important in this regard?
Great question. We go about tracking it in a couple of different ways. Visa and MasterCard data, of course, and increasingly website data. The retail figures do include online purchases, Amazon, Yahoo, Apple, etc. And so those are increasingly important streams of data for us, because those are increasingly the way many families are shopping for the holiday season. Now, let me also say this, that we do expect for some of the measurements to be a little bit off this time, perhaps because of the New York recent Sandy hurricane. So we'll have to see maybe if some of those data sources are back online.
So what does U.S. Bank see in your analysis now of the shopping season ahead?
We look for about a 4% increase over last year. Now, that's a little bit lower than what we've seen over the last 2 years, which has been in the 5.5% range for the last 2 years in a row. But it is above 3.5%, which is the 10-year average. Now, what we see here in this particular graph is actually the correlation between retail sales ex autos and consumer confidence. As you can see, there's a fairly tight correlation. Consumer confidence up, retail sales up. We got very good data regarding consumer sentiment just last week, and consumer sentiment is at a 4.5-year high. So we tend to think that retail sales this holiday shopping season will be perhaps a little bit stronger than that 4% expectation. So we feel good.
All right. I like the red and green there. That was a nice touch.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Jim. We appreciate you and U.S. Bank.
Thank you.